The RTX 5050 is pretty underwhelming when it comes to the desktop version, but maybe the laptop version has some hidden value.
And the fact that the laptop version might be a little bit faster than the desktop version? Yeah, we'll talk more about that after a word from today's sponsor.
Have you ever wanted to hack the Matrix? Or maybe just watched a few episodes of Mr. Robot and now you want to try your hand at being a cyber sleuth? Well, look no further, my friends, for today's sponsor, TryHackMe.com, is here to turn that dream into reality. TryHackMe cybersecurity training is a gamified hands-on platform that teaches you how hacking really works from the ground up. It's all browser-based, so you can jump straight into real-world labs where you're breaking into machines, analyzing clues, and learning how digital break-ins actually happen. Whether you're a total noob or just curious about computers, or maybe just a networking guru, TryHackMe walks you through it all. They've got full learning paths, step-by-step instruction, and even a careers hub to help you land a job in cybersecurity whenever you're ready. One of the first rooms they offer has you going through and hacking a virtual bank to add funds to your fake bank account. These labs are built like real cyber attack and defense, so you get to do more than just read about it. Imagine the power you could wield if you started today. And that's super simple to do because you can begin today for free. And if you want to go premium, use our code TOASTYBROS at checkout to get 25% off the annual plan. Thanks again to TryHackMe for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it, shall we?
So we bought this laptop from Lenovo's website, and it actually came with a mystery gift that's behind the laptop. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this is a Lenovo LOQ that we spent a little over $1,000 on. Yeah, that's right, $1,000 for technically the entry-level NVIDIA GPU for a laptop when it comes to the new 50 series. So I'm curious what the value is going to be on this thing.
Yeah, very steep on the price point, but we'll go over all the full specs before we open this thing up. This laptop features the i5-13450HX, which is a 10-core, 16-threaded processor, the RTX 5050 8GB with its GDDR7 versus the desktop version that has GDDR6. Why NVIDIA? I don't really know. It does come with 12 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is dual channel. Weird amount, am I right? And a 512 gig Gen 4 NVMe SSD with a 1080p 144Hz display. $1,000 seems like a lot for that, I'll be honest with you, especially with like the other laptops that you get on the market, but it is the most available 5050 laptop you can get at the time of recording this video, and it's from Lenovo, and we've been pretty happy with the LOQ models, so I guess we'll just see what this one's all about.
I'm just like, what almost confuses me more about this is that it's 13th gen. It's like we got 14th gen, we got Ultra 1 and 2 series, but it's 13th gen.
I've been seeing a resurgence, at least with these new 50 series laptops, of 13th gen CPUs. They've been adding the HX versions. I don't know if this is like what is it, the 2050? Is this like a Intel's version of that where they're releasing an older gen CPU, but it's a newer version of it? I don't know, but they've been doing that more recently. Why is there
a whale?
Save the whales? Is that what they're saying?
It's the Jonah whale.
Jonah whale.
Look at that. All right, well, it's a cool looking laptop, I'll give them that. Yeah, I really do like this lineup. I swear, I think I bought one of these new from Lenovo on eBay and it had a 4070 in it for like $8.99.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's the best part about this. New gen though, right? Smile.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe there's some hidden performance with this 5050, but yeah, I mean, I really do like the shell of the laptop, the design, I love these. I think they look great. Backlit keyboard, a little bit of lighting on the power button, and obviously the screen looks pretty nice. It's 144Hz, 1080p, it's got a webcam, speakers, all the stuff that you need.
And this also doubles as an indicator for what power profile it is on. As you can see, we already set this thing up and started getting things ready to go. So that's why there's apps already installed and we're already in there. You want to go over the power adapter?
Yeah, so it does use Lenovo's rectangle ports, not USB-C. It's their proprietary port, 245 watts. Wow.
That's
maybe PD, like power delivery or something.
Yeah, it might be power delivery because that's a lot. That's quite a lot to charge this laptop. But you know what? We got the 5050 here, which we'll have to see what wattage this thing actually pulls under full load, and we'll verify how that compares to the spec model you normally get. But the one thing he'll like about this laptop is the port selection.
All right, so let's go over the laptop ports. So on the right side of the laptop, we have a USB Type-C that's power delivery. It's 100 watts. That's probably why the power brick has so many watts to it. We actually have a camera on and off switch on the side. We have a combo headphone jack. We have a USB 3. And then on the back of the laptop, we have another USB 3, an HDMI out, an Ethernet, which we believe is just gigabit, a USB 3.0, and then our little rectangle power in jack.
So yeah, having the ports on the back is always cool. These laptops, it's always more convenient for especially desk setups. I can already say, based on the laptop challenge we're doing at the time of recording this video, having ports on the back would be really nice to make things a little bit cleaner on our desk setups.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially if you're like docking a laptop, the back ports just kind of make sense.
But we're in Windows. Well, now we are. And we'll go ahead and verify all the specs, show you guys what everything is, and we'll do our patented webcam test, because that's very important.
Oh, we're patenting it now?
I think we should.
All right, so we got a 13 gen i5 13450HX, 10 core, 16 thread. Yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, if I had to pick between like 12 and 16, like if 16 single channel, I'd probably go 12. So we get an 8 and a 4 gig.
I just noticed it's single channel though.
Yeah, what?
So it is single channel.
They make 12 gig sticks?
We'll have to see that in the teardown, I guess. So stay tuned for that.
Unless maybe one of them saw, yeah, okay, we'll have to, that's bizarre if they make a 12 gig stick, I didn't know. We have Micron 500 gig, you said it was a Gen 4, you believe?
Yep, Gen 4.
It's a 512, yeah, 512 Gen 4. RTX 5050, let's verify, yep, 8 gigs of GDDR7.
Yeah.
And then UHD graphics, of course.
So the interesting thing is you're paying a lot for less storage than you normally get in a 40 series laptop like we've seen recently.
Less RAM.
Less RAM than what we've seen recently. The 5050, I would assume, is a pretty decent jump over the 3050 that was in these laptops. And I mean, we've had some 4050 laptops as well that were pretty solid. But we'll have to see. We had the game on it. Is there a lot of performance in this laptop that we're missing? Let's do our webcam test and then dive into some gaming.
Okay, guys, so doing our webcam test, we also forgot that there was the bonus package that we did not open, so we're going to use the webcam for this. So hopefully it doesn't sound absolutely horrible. We're going to rip your ears out. So it looks pretty good, though. At least this is with studio lighting, though. So this is like best case scenario. It also is really shaky. I apologize for that. But on the inside here, what did we get?
Oh, we got two things.
Did we get two keyboard and mice?
What?
Why did we get two?
Oh, this is $1,000.
Why did we
Is
get?
this just normal, like, office?
Yeah, why did we get two of them?
No reason to open them.
I
just open it.
You opened one of them, I guess. They might have messed up sending two of them. I don't know why they sent two. I guess we'll check. Wow.
Okay, this is just all kinds of weird. Why would you even need this for your laptop?
We'll do a scream real quick.
They're wireless.
3, 2, 1. Ah! All right, let's benchmark.
All right, guys, we are kicking things off with Fortnite. Of course, if you're going to buy a laptop with a 5050, I feel like Fortnite's going to be one of the games you're going to want to play. We're currently running performance mode, which it actually defaulted to, so I decided to stick with it. Far view distance and low textures at the native 1080p resolution. Now, obviously, with this 1080p 144Hz display, we're kind of hoping to get close to that. 144 plus FPS. I would imagine this game we shouldn't have any problems. And we are running on the max performance power profile, which allows us to get, well, the max TDP that we need out of this GPU. Right now, we're not running at 100% load on the 5050, so we won't really know if we're actually maximizing the power on it, but it looks like we're peaking at about 50 watts. On the 5050, I'll have to cross-check to see what the native wattage is of this GPU, but that seems about right for a laptop GPU. Theoretically, you can get up to 75 potentially, but we're gonna drop in and see what we got here. Now, the one big thing that I think is kind of an issue with this laptop is the 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM in 2025 is kind of weird, and this thing only having 12 gigs at $1,000 is even weirder. So I'd be curious to see how much that's going to hold us back in this game and even some higher end games that will really like having at least 16. But yeah, no, we're having no problems getting 100 plus FPS, 190 at times, looking pretty dang solid. I mean, again, this is a game that should run perfectly fine, and we are running performance settings. But yeah, it's just important to mention, I think I'm hitting the touchpad. The touchpad is counting as a hit with my wrist. Oh goodness. I don't like this. This is a real gamer, I think, pushing me. Oh no. Nice try, real gamer. Oh, I had to lean forward there. I think I blocked the laptop on that one. I had to lean forward. I was really hoping I didn't die there. In terms of temperatures, we're looking okay. CPU is about 88 degrees Celsius, which is a little high, but we are boosting to 4.5 gigahertz, so that's not too shabby. And the laptop isn't overly loud. I'm assuming it probably has a little more power to be able to perform a bit better if I wanted it to. Fort Goodnight. What a name. I'm gonna be very curious when we do this teardown, what's gonna look like under the hood. What are we good with upgrades? Like a 12 gig stick is a little bit weird. I don't remember this model using soldered memory, but there could be a 12 gig DIMM just sitting in there. So we'll see that during the teardown. But the screen looks solid. Once you're in game, the brightness is acceptable. I know we were talking about how the screen seemed kind of dim. It looks pretty solid for the price point. I've always loved the build quality of these Lenovo laptops. The LOQ has always been one of our favorites here on the channel. I just wish this was cheaper, and probably it will get cheaper at some point. You always got to know that with these laptops, buying direct from the vendor, you're going to pay a little bit more. Most of the times you're going to get the best value at like Best Buy and Walmart when these things go on sale during the holiday times of year. Because right now we're almost at back to school, but we're not exactly there yet. So the sales are not really running right now. But I would imagine this laptop would probably be around the $800 mark when there are sales actually running. I would sure hope so. It's probably the better clarification, I would say. But like, I think the thing with this laptop is if you got this laptop, you would not be disappointed. It's really just about price and performance. Is it actually a good deal? At its current price, it doesn't seem like it's a good deal, especially with the RAM situation, regardless of gaming, at least in Fortnite. We'll see with the AAA titles when we try some higher-end games, how that runs. I have a feeling that 12 gigs of RAM is going to become a problem, and even the 5050, while be it a low-power GPU, is going to be held back. Wow. Short gaming session, but my wrist feels nice and cool. Did a good job keeping all the heat away from your wrist, so you can have a pretty solid gaming session without your palm getting sweaty. Big problem with some higher-end gaming laptops, so this being a more mid-range to budget-level gaming laptop, it certainly is doing a good job keeping things nice and cool. But Jackson will be able to fully test that whenever he dives into Warzone here in a minute, because that will be a good test of thermals. There you are. No, don't you run away from me. Wow, they are absolutely running away from me. And Johnny the Kid, you are absolutely done, buddy. Okay, so the CPU is peaking up at 92 every so often. Again, laptop CPUs run a bit hot, and especially, it's kind of funny. I think it's a refreshed CPU, the 13450HX, and 13 Gen in general always ran really hot in laptops, so it's not really out of the norm for it to be running at 80 and 90 degrees Celsius, and it is a gaming laptop, so you know, they normally run a bit hot, but I'd like to see that a little bit cooler, especially only under 30% load, but the performance is good. We're getting 200 FPS in a game like Fortnite, which is esports ready, and we're running performance settings, so we are heavily using that CPU clock speed, but let's see if a little more demanding esports title, Call of Duty Warzone, how does that run? And then guys, stay tuned for those who want to see something more demanding, because I know you all want to see it. We'll be running some other benchmarks at the end of today's video, so you can see worst case scenario, what AAA titles look like on this PC. So yeah guys, let's go ahead and run some Call of Duty Warzone with Jackson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing Call of Duty Warzone, and we're running the classic balanced preset. And as you guys can see, we are on 144 hertz, and you can definitely feel it. We're playing the native 16 by 10, right? It's 1920 by 10.
This is just a 1080p.
This is standard 16 by 9. Listen, I feel like I can't tell if it's the laptop, but I swear everything looks more cartoony.
It does look very vibrant, doesn't it?
Like maybe I don't know, maybe HDR is on. I don't know. Like look at the edges. Oh, it looks so cartoon-like. All right, this is something's wrong.
Is this the new game? This is what it looks
Like,
like?
look at the edges. It looks like a cartoon.
I think they did change it. I think you're in like a cartoon level. Yeah, this is definitely.
Oh, yeah, I mean, dude, look at the
yeah,
way
they made like a cartoon version of the map.
Okay.
That's something, Call of Duty. That's something.
So they do that just for the Beavis and Butthead to like make them match.
I guess they thought
I
it
feel
was
like
too weird.
this is good though. This is adding some contrast for me.
Is it giving you better performance? Who knows?
I mean, yeah, we're getting close to 100 FPS. It feels really good on this laptop. I am gonna have to not be biased in any ways because of the weirdness, obviously.
Oh, this is without any upscaling too, which, you know, if you want to give you more performance, you got that.
Don't touch him.
Leave him alone.
Don't touch him. But yeah, this is so the temperatures they're not too bad now. We were hitting like 90s, but this thing, I noticed this thing cools and heats really quick. Like right now we're 70s.
I will say CPU's definitely downclocking, because in Fortnite it was at 4 gigahertz.
Yeah.
So we're in like 293, so it's definitely having to compensate a bit.
Okay, it is plugged in. I was like, let me check something real quick here. Still is running really good
Still
though,
runs good, yeah.
even surprisingly, if it is downclocking as much as it is. This is so weird. I feel like I'm playing I feel like I'm playing Borderlands right now.
It is the Borderlands kind of artwork.
Oh no. My God.
Imagine. They suck. No shot. No.
Dude, that was a bot.
Wow.
That was a bot. You know what? That's I would have thrown like that too. Person. It was a person.
With this. Oh.
I'm just saying, dude. If I got drafted and they put a car in my hands, it'd be like game over. Check it.
Game over.
Check it.
All countries are in fear. They're all in fear.
Oh, yeah, we are running native right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are running native.
Honestly, pretty impressive for native. This game just, you know, you gotta give props to Call of Duty. It runs on about anything.
I hear a lot of gunshots by Skin Scary.
Balance, DLSS, on.
It's worse. Oh, your teammate's like, what are you doing?
Oh, they're real gamer. Oh my gosh, that was a team of 4. Yeah, is there a frame gen in this? I could try. Yeah, maybe I didn't apply it.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I think I did.
Yeah,
What about like, is it
frame gen? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right here. I guess it has to be FSR.
Yeah.
Is it just
It works, yeah. FSR frame gen with
on
DLSS.
DLSS? I don't know. This will be my last drop. It definitely looks a little worse, I will say. It's hard because it already looks like Vaseline because of this. Yeah, we just doubled our FPS with frame gen.
It's doing what it's supposed to do, 2 times frame gen.
Is that a different guy?
What is happening?
Oh my god, there's like a whole team in here. I can't do this anymore. Interestingly enough, yeah, DLSS did nothing, but frame gen doubled the FPS. It didn't feel much worse, but I would just play native. It felt pretty good on native.
All right, let's do a little teardown on this laptop, see what it looks like for upgrades, and then wrap this video up and talk more about some other benchmarks that will really stress this thing, and $1,000 for a 5050 laptop. Okay guys, before we wrap this video up and show you guys the other benchmarks, we're gonna do a quick teardown of this laptop. It's very simple to take the back panel off, just unscrew all the screws around the outside edge of the laptop, and then pry underneath one of the bottom corners, and the laptop should open up very easily. From there, you can see inside this laptop, and we do have room for upgrades. Underneath this cover, we do have access to our single stick of 12 gigs of DDR5 memory, which does exist. It makes a bit more sense now that I think about it that they sell those 48 gig kits for desktop. Because of that, they definitely need to have 12 gig DIMMs to some extent, and then we could easily upgrade that with another 12 gig DIMM, or we could go ahead and buy a 8 gig or 16 gig DDR5 kit and get dual channel memory for even more performance. But again, DDR5 memory not as bad when it comes to single channel as it is with DDR4. And it was an interesting choice that they went with this smaller SSD for the main boot drive, this 512 gig Gen 4 SSD, when you do have a full slot NVMe slot here as well for upgrades, which I would suggest if you only get the 512 gig version like we did, you're gonna want some more storage for this laptop in the long run. It's easy to upgrade, good on Lenovo for that, but let's go ahead and show you the rest of the benchmarks and conclude our thoughts on this PC. But let's go ahead and show you guys the rest of the benchmarks and conclude our thoughts on this gaming laptop.
So we just got done gaming on this Lenovo laptop, and you know, it did pretty good. The screen looks good, it's high refresh rate, it runs pretty much any game that you want to throw at it, even though it's only a 5050, since it's just 1080p, pretty much any game will run, especially if you're willing to use some upscaling.
The 5050 in a laptop is actually not too bad. It's really just the price of these laptops at the time of recording this video that's kind of a problem. And let's show you guys some of the other benchmarks that really push this laptop to its limits. We ran CS2, tending to be low settings, got an average of 296.8 FPS with a 1% low of 126.5. Rainbow 6X, 1080p medium settings, a 220 FPS average with a minimum of 123 and a max of 257. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, 1080p medium settings with DLSS set to quality, got 60 plus FPS. And Doom the Dark Ages, 1080p medium settings with DLSS set to balance, got 70 plus FPS.
And for 3D Mark Timescale, I got a score of 9,894, which is an 11 cents per point score. And even for a laptop that's not like the greatest score, which is kind of just obvious because we've talked about multiple times, this thing being over $1,000 for the entry-level 5050 is pretty insane, and you guys don't really like the desktop 5050 either, so it seems like it kind of makes sense that this laptop's not going to be very loved at this price range, so hopefully we see that price drop soon.
But if you guys want to learn more about this laptop, maybe you're watching a few months later and this thing is under $1,000, use that link down below. It's an affiliate link and it will help us out. Let us know what you think of the RTX 5050 and more specifically this Lenovo laptop with the RTX 5050 in the comments down below. And are you considering picking one up over the previous gen?
But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
So this laptop will not be for sale at PCBros.tech because, well, honestly, it's just not the greatest deal. But at PC Bros, we do try to pass along really good deals when we get them, and we include warranties with most of the things we sell.
PCBros.tech, we sell gaming PCs. If you're not interested in a laptop or a gaming laptop as well, be sure to come in store. We have a retail location where you can buy stuff at great prices without having to worry about shipping, and use code ToastyBros on checkout if you buy online to save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.